I think Lauren might have said we're doing a bit of a chat ready for Mental Health Awareness Day, which is on October the 10th. There is somebody else about to come on as well, so there'll be 4 of us all together. Yeah. And we're basically just going to talk about how Fit Rovers has supported your mental health, and then also a little bit about how Mind has helped, and how their partnership with the EFL has helped kind of promote mental health and got people talking about it. We're just waiting 30 seconds. Everyone's always late, aren't they? Right, okay, here we go. Let's go. Hello.
Hi, how are we doing?
Hi.
Hiya, Claire, you all right?
Are you speechless, Claire?
How is everyone? All right?
Very good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, good. Got back in time. Had a tough training session this morning, but yeah, good to be on the call.
So welcome, my name's Lauren Cuttle, Health and Wellbeing Coordinator at Club Doncaster Foundation. So we're joined today by Hayley Ford, James Coppinger and Claire Howell. On the 10th of October, it's World Mental Health Day. So the day is to raise awareness of mental health and just mobilising support out there that's for people, obviously, to use and to help them with their own mental health. So we'll start off with Cops. Tell us about your experiences, what support was there for you, how you seek support, and obviously how it's benefited yourself.
Yeah, I just think 39 now, going back to probably 16, 17 when my mum and dad divorced. I grew up in a strong family and never for one second thought that was going to happen. Never really dealt with it. On the top of that, I was at a big club. I was at a Premier League club at the time in Newcastle. And then made my Premier League debut at 19 and then lost my granddad to cancer at 21 and really struggled. Never really dealt with any of them 2 problems off the pitch. And they sort of had a big impact on me. I left Newcastle, I got relegated out of the Football League. And a lot of things I believe were down to sort of not dealing with them sort of circumstances. I never really had that much support, if I'm being brutally honest. There wasn't that much awareness back in sort of 2000. So for me, it was about trying to work it out myself until I met somebody called Terry Gormley, who I've obviously spoken about in interviews, and he changed my viewpoint, my thinking, my whole outlook on life really. So yeah, I've not looked back since. Sort of 17, 18 years later, I'm still doing it. I'm still helping or trying to help other people, trying to create awareness of what mental health is and what it looks like. And also I'm working around mental performance, working with players, helping them improve their performance.
Obviously, being a professional footballer, you're seen as quite a strong person, and there's a lot of statistics around mental health, especially in men, that they're more or less likely to seek help and seek advice and actually speak to someone. So there's a lot of stigma around men asking for help and being considered as weak. So obviously, being a professional footballer yourself, asking for help, that first step, how did you feel? And then afterwards, how did you feel when you did manage to get that support and help?
Yeah, I actually didn't ask for help. It was almost a manager or a coach that saw that within me. They actually saw it in my performances. They saw I was playing really well in training and applying myself really well, but when I was playing in the game, I was affected by so many different things. So it was almost like indirectly I dealt with the mental health issues based around my performance. But it was going to the old Bellevue ground at Doncaster, meeting somebody who I didn't realise I was going to meet, and then sitting down with them and then instantly sort of having that conversation around how I was feeling, why I was feeling a certain way. I think the biggest thing for me was understanding that I could control it. You know, I'd never really thought about that before. that I was in control of everything that I was doing. How you think dictates how you feel dictates how you act, and how you act determines your results. I live and breathe by that sort of analogy, formula, whatever you want to call it. But that changed my whole perspective on life. And I could obviously go back and analyze things that had happened to me in the past based on my thinking. So my thinking was very negative. My self-talk was very negative. I didn't believe in myself. So as soon as I begin to change that, my results changed for me both on and off the pitch.
So we're going to move on to Claire. So just a little bit about Claire. Are you able to speak now, Claire, or are you still really excited that? So a little bit about Claire. So Claire has been involved in our Fit Rovers Ladies programme. So she's finished the course and she now volunteers for the new courses. And you're doing absolutely fantastic, aren't you, Claire?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Claire, just obviously a little bit of experience from yourself, really.
I started struggling with sort of mental health quite a few years back. Few experiences that brought it on. I think it just a build up over the years, and one day it hit me. I ended up with depression. I just everyday life was just so hard to deal with. I didn't want to get up. I'd get up for kids, take them to school, lay on the sofa all day, and I had no motivation. I didn't want to do anything. I wasn't interested in going out. I'd avoid phone calls off people. I'd avoid going out with friends. I'd think of any excuse under the sun so I didn't have to go out. And then the weight crept on, which was a big thing for me. So for a good few years, I lived in this vicious circle of I'd feel down, put weight on, I'd try and get out of it, but then something would hit me again and I'd go down again. So for a long time, I didn't really deal with it at first. I finally plucked up courage to go to doctors, and they did put me down as low mood and depression. They did want to pile tablets to me, which I wasn't that keen on, so I avoided that, which then Fit Rovers turned up. And that's the end of that.
So just tell us a little bit about obviously Fit Rovers and what happens on the course. Obviously we do a week on mental health. So how did that make you feel? Did you talk about your own mental health, your own emotions? What changed?
It's not something I openly talk about. I don't know why. I just find it hard. I usually end up in tears. But yeah, I mean, not a lot of people don't know. It's just it's something I don't talk about. And that session, I didn't want to go. But I think doing this, you need to get people aware that there's more people struggling, and it's not something to be ashamed of or anything. But yeah, it's hard some days. You still get it.
Part of the course we talk about coping mechanisms and obviously 5 ways to wellbeing, looking after yourself. So the Claire that I first met on the first day of the course, you were nervous, you were low in confidence. Obviously you had a lot of goals that you wanted to achieve, and now you're a completely different person. You volunteer on the ladies course, you help new ladies out, which probably you would have never thought you would have ever done, being low in confidence. You now run on a weekend, you do the 5K club. So just talk about a little bit how you are now and how it's affected your family. What do you do with your family, things like that?
Now we go out a lot more as a family. I've got both kids who now join me doing the 5K. Well, the little one does 3K. But he loves the Fit Rovers sessions we did online through lockdown. So yeah, all together we're out more. We're doing a lot more exercise, which we never did before. It helps. It keeps me motivated. That side of it. It pushes me that every day. I think, well, I'll go do something. It makes me feel better. So yeah, kids enjoy it too.
And for both of you, obviously experiencing them emotions, things happening, it's not all plain sailing nowadays. There's lots of setbacks that happen. It's just obviously trying to overcome that, and obviously, like James said, coming up with ways and your mindset to deal with them issues, and obviously knowing what you can do to make it better.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say huge well done to Claire. I mean, it's not always easy coming out of your comfort zone, and I've been where she has been in terms of not wanting to go out, not wanting to speak to friends, almost putting things off because I felt that low. And it's small steps, you know. I love the smile when I see you talking about Fit Rovers. You glow, you know. You can see the difference it's made, and you can almost see the beginning of wherever you want to take it. It's small steps every single day. This isn't something that happens overnight. Although the change happens overnight, you can get to wherever you want to get with it. So just a huge well done to you.
So you've both kind of mentioned there about talking up and speaking up, and when you eventually did, you kind of felt a little bit better about it. With the EFL joining up with Mind for last season and for the seasons going forward, how important is that extra awareness for you, both of you, who obviously have your mental health has improved around football? We'll start with you, Cops.
The partnership with Mind is massive moving forward for everybody. I think creating that awareness of mental health and what it is and what it looks like, because I find because you can't see it, because you can't measure it, because it's not tangible, people don't know what it is. You know, they're a little bit scared, a little bit skeptical of making that change or doing something different. So I think creating that awareness, people talking about it, people that have been on the journey, sharing their experiences, can make a huge difference to helping other people. I think I always say, if I can help one person feel better about themselves, that's good enough for me.
What about yourself, Claire, hearing football players talking about their own mental health? Does that give you kind of confidence to speak up as well?
As I was saying, it's something that it wasn't heard of when I was going through it. You didn't talk about it. Like I say, I wouldn't talk to anyone about it. I didn't want people knowing. I thought it was something you know, I didn't want people thinking there was something wrong with me. Where now it is more out there, people are more outspoken about it, and it is good that, especially it's connected with the football, more people are gonna see it, more people are gonna listen, so hopefully more people will speak out and get the help that they need.
I think that's the general message, isn't it? Is, you know, if you do need help, don't be afraid to speak out. You know, it affects so many people, and yeah, both of you are a testament to actually, once you speak out, things do get better.
Yeah, I think it's everybody's affected by it in one way or another throughout their lives. Some don't realize it, and some just get on with it. Some deal with it in different ways. So it's just inevitable that something's gonna happen within your life, whether you're young, as you get older. But when it happens, I think it's so important. I've said it before. It's so important to talk to somebody, whether it's friends, family, sometimes even somebody that's not got that emotional attachment to you. You know, somebody totally sort of different to anybody that you spoke to before. Just sharing them experiences or them things that are troubling you. And then I feel like once I did that, I could move forward and do other things.
And just massive thank you from us for your time. James, I know you're quite busy, and good luck for the rest of the season.
My pleasure, as always. Well done, Claire. Keep it going.
So thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.